Rosemont, this is JCB Racing. 8 drivers have been randomly seeded into the bracket. Now they're going to be competing head-to-head, trying to get that spot in the final round. Only one can come out on top. I need to hear you, Chicagoland, if you're ready for JCB Racing.
Up first in the left lane, and make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Taking on his opponent and his dad, it's John Zimmer in uproar. A father and son battle here for round 1 of JCB Racing in the first matchup. Now, John Zimmer Jr. actually has the odds in his favor to beat his dad according to the statistics, but it's a new race. Let's go green! Your winner, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Once again, your winner of that last race, advancing on to the semifinals, was John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Next to the line, make some noise for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. Taking on her opponent in the right lane, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Lucas Stabilizer, Cynthia Gauthier is determined to get past that line. Your winner, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Check it out on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Cynthia Gauthier, taken out of the finals earlier this weekend, was determined, but she'll be back on the track with a vengeance, as it is Weston Anderson in Gravedigger advancing on. Once again, your winner of that last race was Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Our third matchup ready to go in the left lane, Michaela Telichka in Megalodon. She's taking on her brother, Brandon Telichka in Living on the Edge. It is a battle of siblings, brother versus sister out on the track. Only one will prevail. Let's go green! Your winner, Brandon Telichka in Living on the Edge. It was a battle between siblings, and it is Big Brother who advances on to the semifinals. Brandon Telichka, Living on the Edge, advances on, but who will he face off with in the semifinal round? We've got that first matchup already identified. Terminal Velocity will face off with Gravedigger, but who will face off with Living on the Edge? Our final matchups pulled to the line. Make some noise for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. Taking on his opponent, Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. It is bull versus pup out on the track right now as these two drivers fight for the last place spot in the semifinal round. Only one will advance on. Let's go green. Your winner, Ringling Bailey Circuit, Brianna Mahan.
Chicagoland, this is the semifinal round for JCB Racing. Our fastest four drivers have advanced to this round, but only two can make it to the final round. Let me hear you if you're ready for JCB Racing.
Make some noise for your competitor in the semifinals. He took the racing win last night. Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. But he's taken on this driver who's taken the win 2 times in this competition, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Just so far here this weekend, you heard me say it, 1 racing win for Gravedigger and 2 for Terminal Velocity. Could this be the tiebreaker that Weston Anderson needs to take that racing win over John Zimmer Jr.? Who will it be? Monster Jam fans advancing on John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Monster Jam fans, you see it, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity advancing on, because check it out on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay right here. We see it. Weston Anderson in Gravedigger in attempts to stay close on that corner does knock that Monster Jam turn cone out of the flowered parameter. If any racer is to do that during the competition, it's an automatic disqualification. You see it right now, advancing on to the final round, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Monster Jam fans, here in Rosemont, you have the opportunity to replace your windows. You can choose a company that you trust. Renewal by Anderson's exclusive signature service provides a seamless start-to-finish experience. From design to manufacturing, installation, and beyond, they handle it all, making your project so easy. Scan that QR code today and register to win $10,000 in windows and doors. Our next matchup's ready to go. Make some noise for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. She's looking to take out her competitor, Brandon Toluchka, in Living on the Edge. Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit fights to get her first chance so far this weekend in the final round. But first, she's got to take out Living on the Edge, Brandon Toluchka. He's proven to be consistent, but not yet getting that win. Your winner, Brianna Mahan, Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Chicagoland, this is the semifinal round of JCB Racing. Our fastest two drivers have advanced to this round. Only one can come out on top. Who's ready to meet your final contenders?
From Sullivan, Illinois, 2 freestyle wins under her belt. Make some noise. Brianna Mahan, Ringling Bailey Circuit. She faces off with this competitor with 2 racing wins and 2 overall event championships. John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. It may be the 3rd time here in the finals for John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity, but Brianna Mahan enters into this final for the first time here this weekend. The stakes are high, 8 points on the other side of that finish line, but only one of these drivers will be able to claim those 8 points. You see them pull to the line. It could be anyone's game. Let's go green! Keep your eyes on those Monster Jam racing lights. You see it? It's a reset of the starting line. We look for the 2 amber lights, and finally, that light to turn green. If you bring your eyes to either end of the arena, you'll be able to see our Monster Jam racing lights. We've got the first set of amber lights, the second set of amber lights, and finally, green. A race too close to call as our Monster Jam officials review that footage. Check it out on the Super Glue. Glued to the action replay. 2 12,000-pound Monster Jam trucks looking across that line. Only inches separate first and second place. Your winner, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Chicagoland, for the 3rd time here this weekend, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity claims those 8 points. He takes the first place spot on the leaderboard and absolutely places a target on his back for the rest of the competition. This is the 3rd time in the All-State Arena here this weekend we've seen this young man steal the win of this competition. He enters into the rest of the competition with the fastest truck out on the track.
Congratulations again. You just heard Keaton say it. 3 out of the 5 JCB Racing wins here on the weekend. What is making you so fast this weekend? What's going right for you?
I'm just taking this really slick track and using it to my advantage. My truck's nice and wide, so I can pitch it into these turns a lot earlier than a lot of other drivers, and it'll take it, man. It won't roll over. It sets me up perfect. I can cut its corner nice and tight and hold it wide open through the straightaway.
And you took a little bit of advantage of having a little extra time on the track, showing us a preview of the next challenge, our 2-wheel skills challenge. And, you know, you did a little popper up here, showed us some 2-wheel moves. Take us through what we can expect from you. Are you going to push the limits here today?
I'm definitely going to push the limits. That was a little test right there. I was trying to see how the dirt was up on top of this pod, and it is perfect. I'm going to get this truck up on its nose, up on the back tires, maybe a bicycle, maybe 1 wheels. It's going to get wild, guys. It's going to get crazy. I know you fans are having fun so far, but trust me, we got plenty more coming at you. You guys want to see some more action?
John Zimmer Jr. takes that top spot on the leaderboard. You can see it right now on the video board, our BKT overall event leaderboard. This is where our points will be totaled, added up, and of course where the ranking will be determined. John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity places himself in that coveted spot of first place with a total of 8 points. You can see exactly how the points break down as Brianna Mahan and Ringling Bailey Circuit currently in second place with 7 points. And check this out, a 2-way tie for 3rd place between these 2 best friends and competitors, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger and Brandon Telichka in Living on the Edge. When we see these ties, like we've got this 4-way tie for 5th place as well, you're going to see these competitors in the next competition really battle it out. They're looking to climb away from that tie and to the top of the leaderboard. So coming up next in the two-wheel skills competition, we'll need your help as the official judges as our Monster Jam superstars head to the track to pull out their craziest, most wow combinations, movements, anything. We'll take it. 2 attempts on two BKT tires coming up next in the two-wheel skills challenge.
Monster Jam fans having so much fun here. I'm here with Charlotte and Juliet. Big Megalodon fans, I'm assuming?
Yes. Yeah.
You two are friends, so we're going to do something. We're going to play a game. That seems fun, right? We're going to do mini jams. We're going to put on a race for you. We have El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and Megalodon. I don't have to guess, I guess, what you're choosing. Megalodon?
Megalodon!
Megalodon. Okay, let the races begin. If they win, they will win backstage passes to meet all the Monster Jam truck drivers. Oh, Megalodon is your winner. I have 4 passes for you to go backstage, Charlotte, Juliet, to meet all your favorite Monster Jam drivers. And you know what? Everybody here can as well meet your favorite Monster Jam drivers tonight. And for that, Keaton, what they got to do?
Well, Jabari, all they have to do is take their smartphones out now and scan that QR code. If you too want a chance to meet our superstars after tonight's event, scan that QR code, but you've got to do it now. Tickets are limited. We don't have room for everyone, so make sure if you want a spot at the post-show meet and greet, take your phones out now, scan that QR code, purchase your tickets, and we'll see you in the winner's circle. It is time for the second competition of today's event, the two-wheel skills challenge, where each one of our drivers has 2 attempts to pull off their most impressive maneuver. But you all have big jobs coming up because you'll be the official judges for this competition. Using your smartphones and judgezone.com, you'll be scoring our Monster Jam superstars. And Jabari, the pressure's on for Chicagoland and our drivers because these drivers better deliver.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you the fans are going to determine the outcome of these next 2 competitions. Monster Jam is not fake. It is not scripted. I guarantee you it's not. It is going to be up to you guys to determine these next winners. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Everybody take out your cell phones and go to your browser and head to judgezone.com. Judgezone.com on your phone browser. We also have this QR code. You can scan that. That will take you to judgezone.com as well. All right. Now you got to come across your city code. That city code is CHI. CHI for your city code. All right. Okay, now this is where all the magic happens. You're going to see that BKT tire, and either myself or Keaton will let you know when scoring is open. You guys are going to have 20 seconds to lock in those scores. Move that tire into the green to score the highest or down into the red to score low. Like I said, 20 seconds to get those scores in. Come on, Rosemont. You guys ready for more Monster Jam? Let's get it.
First to the track, Monster Jam veteran John Zimmer in uproar.
John Zimmer Sr. Everybody make some noise for Uproar. Scoring is open right now. Is your chance to use judgeszone.com. Go ahead and lock in those scores now.
Chicagoland, John Zimmer in Uproar, absolutely showing off for you Monster Jam fans. I mean, you can see the absolute control and precision, and it is not easy to navigate that truck up on two BKT tires. I mean, you've got to think about the visibility that these drivers have while pulling off these maneuvers. It is slim to none, but nothing a veteran like John Zimmer couldn't handle. And first to go in the pack is no easy job, but we've got your scores officially locked in. Let's check it out. The score for John Zimmer in Uproar is... it's a 6.992. That is the current score to beat. Next to the track, make some noise for Cynthia Gauthier Lucas Stabilizer.
Let's hear it for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores. You got 20 seconds, Chicagoland.
Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer, like she does every time, hits this track so determined for something big. And I think she did it. You see that big air on that first maneuver. And then in the second maneuver, we get to see that two-wheel action that we love to see in this competition. But it's up to you all scoring right now at judgeszone.com to decide exactly where you think she should land in the lineup. The score for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer is... so close, a 6.099 right now. That's good enough for second place. Next up, it's time to clear the waters. Michaela Telichka in Megalodon.
Let's hear it for Michaela Telichka in Megalodon. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com, Rosemont. 20 seconds, let's lock in those scores.
Michaela Telichka in Megalodon coming out and ripping up the track here for the two-wheel skills competition. We see her get 2 attempts in here, which I want to say, this young driver, she's great at making sure she's driving that truck smart. She's getting 2 attempts in, and we're going to see exactly what you all thought of her run. The score for Michaela Tuluchka in Megalodon is... It's a 3.569 right now. That's good enough for 3rd place. He's won this competition once this weekend. Make some noise. Armando Castro in El Toro Loco.
Make some noise for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Wow, scoring is open. Judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores now.
Chicagoland, what did you think of that 2-wheel run? Armando Castro in El Toro Loco right now. Check it out on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. This was the moment he had you. Judging by the sound of it, Chicagoland, you're pretty happy with that run. So let's see if the scores reflect it. That score to beat right now is held by John Zimmer in Uproar. He's got a score of a 6.992. The score for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco is... an 8.691. We have a new leader. Your next competitor is looking to change all that. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
John Zimmer Jr., everybody, terminal velocity. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com, 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores.
John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity wants your high scores. If that two-wheel run doesn't prove that to you, then I don't know what does. Check it out now on the Super Glue, Glued to the Action replay. The moment we saw, we watched it roll over. He didn't catch it. But you know what? After laying down some mean combinations like he did, that might just be okay. That's up to you guys at the scores at judgeszone.com. We're going to find out exactly where you think he belongs in the pack. We've currently got that score to beat. It is held by a John Zimmer in Uproar. It's a score of it's El Toro Loco, Armando Castro. It's an 8.691 is the score to beat. The score for John Zimmer in terminal velocity is an 8.535. That is good enough for second place.
And already some action in the pits here. Right behind me, you see our UNOH technicians and our crew chiefs hard at work. Right now, they're breaking down the corners of Lucas Stabilizer. We are currently on the backside of Lucas Stabilizer. You can see the chassis is intact and good to go after Cynthia Gautier's amazing skills run. But right now, they've got this first corner off. They're going to move to the second corner afterwards. And you can see on the ground, they've got the bull gear to the left. What they're going to check right now is the axle. So they're going to check the inner axle and the outer axle. What they do is they initially check to see if there's movement in the BKT tires. So moments ago, what they did is they pulled it up on the tire lift and they spun the tires, and that 50-pound BKT tire did in fact spin. So when it does free spin like that, what that means is actually that what is happening is that it is actually locked up. So because it was that way, what means they're going to do is actually go ahead and split off both sides. So it's pretty simple, and it sounds like a lot of steps, but it's something that's really easy for them to just break down really quick. Hopefully they're in the center. They're not going to find anything going on, but I'll keep you guys updated as the story unfolds.
Lindsay, thanks so much for that update. So cool to see our team thrashing live in the back, but we see it now. Due to your scores, we've got that leaderboard for the 5 drivers who have competed so far in this competition. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity lands himself in second place, but check out how close those scores are. El Toro Loco currently still in first with an 8.691. Terminal velocity with that 8.535. And if you heard those scores and you disagreed, remember, judgeszone.com is where you can have a say. Your one score could make a difference. Currently, we've got Uproar in third, Lucas Stabilizer in fourth, Megalodon in fifth. With 3 trucks still to go in this competition, anything could happen. You see it now. We've got some work potentially to do on a terminal velocity, but our pit reporter, Lindsay Noble, will give us the scoop on that coming up soon. Monster Jam fans, we talk about you having the opportunity to score our superstars and crown a champion, but right now you can have a fantastic opportunity. You can see some of our fans already have. Monster Jam is partnered with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and scan that QR code today. Scan that QR code right here, right now, and you can donate. But when you do, you'll need to pick one of the drivers that is here today, one of our 8 drivers. Now, all of the proceeds go directly to St. Jude, but the driver with the most donations will be crowned the St. Jude Ambassador of the Night. Now check it out right now, because Cynthia Gautier and Lucas Stabilizer is currently in first place. Michaela Toluchka and Megalodon in second. But if you, maybe just one person, donated $5, $4 to your favorite driver, they're going to take over the lead, and they will be the St. Jude Ambassador of the event. Scan that QR code. It's a fantastic, fun way to have a little competition, but most importantly, help the families of St. Jude.
Monster Jam fans, I got Jose here. He's celebrating a birthday. I'm going to have him try to win something really cool for his entire family. Oh, yeah, I got a gift card for you, buddy. We're going to play something called Name That Truck. You have to guess which truck it is before the puzzle finishes. And you guys help Jose out, all right? Let's see who we have. Okay, so there's a little green in there. Know which one it is? Shout it out if you can help him out.
Grave digger.
One more time.
Grave digger.
Is he right? Yeah, buddy, he's right. You know, it's something, I got something really cool for you. They have really good rolls. They have good steak and good just about everything. We had some of this the other night. A Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse, $50 gift certificate for you and your entire family. How about that, Jose? That's pretty cool. Give Jose a round of applause for being so brave, everybody.
If you're in the mood for a hearty hand-cut steak and tasty made from scratch sides, then head down to Texas Roadhouse for legendary food and legendary service. You can download the Texas Roadhouse mobile app to join the waitlist, but be sure to scan that QR code tonight for a free appetizer. Now you see Terminal Velocity headed to the hot pits with a send-off of support from our Chicagoland Monster Jam fans. He'll get that truck geared up and ready to go for Freestyle coming up next. But with 3 drivers still to go, take a look at the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge leaderboard. It's Armando Castro, El Toro Loco sitting in first. Anyone wanting to take that spot away from him will need a score over an 8.6. Terminal Velocity, John Zimmer Jr. in second, and Uproar currently in third. We're ready to get back to the action. Make some noise for Brianna Mahan, Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Let's hear it for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open. JudgesZone.com, Chicagoland. You got 20 seconds.
Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit returning to Rosemont, her Illinois roots, maybe providing some luck here with that fantastic two-wheel run. You see there, Ringling Bailey Circuit. She drags that pup's tongue across the pod, but she's looking good out on the track, looking for those high scores. We've got the scores locked in, and we're going to see exactly what you all thought. The score for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit is... it's a solid score, a 7.412. That is good enough for third place. You know the music. Next to the track, Weston Anderson in a Gravedigger.
Weston Anderson, everybody. Gravedigger. Scoring is open. Judgeszone.com. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores.
Everyone absolutely becoming a Gravedigger fan from that two-wheel run. You see him up on the super glue, glued to the action replay. A sidewall donut. He saves it back on for BKT Tires. But was it enough to take the lead? That current score to beat is held by Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. He's got a score of an 8.691. The score for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger is a 9.143. We have a new leader. One final truck to go in this competition. This is the only driver who stands in the way of Weston Anderson taking this win. It's his competitor and best friend, Brandon Telichka, living on the edge.
Let's hear it for Brandon Telichka, living on the edge. Scoring is open, Judgeszone.com. Right now, let's lock in those scores.
Brandon Telichka and living on the edge. He said, oh, that run before me, no pressure. He comes out and delivers like he's done every single competition in the two-wheel skills each night we've been here. You see him pull off one of the most difficult moves in Monster Jam and maintains control of that Monster Jam truck. That just speaks to the experience that this young man drives with. But you all have that tough job as well of being the official judges. We've got your scores locked in. The current score to beat is held by Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. It's a score of a 9.143. The score for Brandon Telichka in Living on the Edge is 7.947. That means your winner of the two-wheel skills competition is Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Weston Anderson in Gravedigger brings home two-wheel win number 58. So far this year, 58 times Weston Anderson has taken to the top of this pod. He's claimed the next 8 points and hopefully taken over that top spot on the leaderboard.
Weston, congratulations. Out here, the dirt has been changing for the entire weekend, and there you have it, a spectacular two-wheel win. These fans may have been the loudest I've heard them the entire weekend for that. Did you know exactly what you were doing going into it?
100%, man. I've been trying some of these tricks all weekend long. We've had some gremlins on our back with Team Gravedigger. We've crashed almost every single two-wheel skills competition. We weren't letting it happen 5 times this weekend. We finally got that win, that deserved win, I should say. And man, it feels good. And like you said, these fans out here, they are always electric. Every single time we come up here to Chicagoland, here in Rosemont, man, and I love it.
And of course, now we're going to have halftime. We've got freestyle motocross, and then you'll shine again in freestyle. I know that that's something that drivers look forward to so much, but also you being the driver of Gravedigger, that's sort of what you guys are known for.
100%, man. You know, I don't know if I'm going to come out here and do good or do bad. As long as the fans are having fun, I'm having fun, man. I've already crashed this truck probably 10 times this weekend, and I'm going to end it with a bang tonight. Hey. Are you guys ready for some Gravedigger freestyle? No. Come on. Let me hear you make some noise if you're ready for freestyle!
Chicagoland, it's time to get loud for the freestyle motocross team. Make some noise for Nick Desmond, TJ Tiffany, AJ Rosebrew, and Josh Hetford. Chicagoland! Are you guys having a good time? Oh, come on, it's Sunday Fun Day! Let us hear you! That was Nick Desmond. Make some noise for TJ Tiffany! Put your hands together for AJ Rosebrew! And make some noise for Josh Hetford. These are some of the best freestyle motocross riders in the world. Got a switchblade. Our riders are jumping 75 feet here today. In Indy out of TJ Tiffany. Super cool cliffhanger out of Josh Hetford. Superman seat grab. Now fans, if you're taking pictures and videos, don't forget to tag us. And of course, use the hashtag #MonsterJam. They are really showing off for you, but it only gets better. Little backflip action out of TJ Tiffany. The louder you get, the sicker the trick.
There you have it, our high-flying superstars. But like I said, it only gets better here at Monster Jam. So do you guys want some more? All right, we're up next is our best trick competition. All 4 of our riders are ready to fly from one side of the arena all the way to the other side to show you their very best trick. But we need your help. Make sure you have your cell phones out and that you're at judgeszone.com. These ribbon boards will go red, and you guys have to make sure that you're scoring with us and swiping up or down on that BKT tire. There is not a second to waste, because as soon as these guys land on the bag, you guys will be needing to score right at that moment. Monster Jam fans, are you ready for the best trick competition?
Up first, make some noise for Nick Desmond. Desmond is from Norfolk, Massachusetts. He's been riding for Monster Jam for 4 years, but he's been on that bike for a total of 19 years, and today he's bringing you his best trick on his Yamaha YZ250.
A beautiful rock solid out of Nick Desmond. Go ahead and get those scores in right now. Judgeszone.com. Swipe up or down.
A great start to the best trick competition. Nick Desmond looks to set the bar for the rest of the competition here in the best trick. Now it's up to you to score at Judgeszone.com. Your scores and your scores alone will determine our winner. The score for Nick Desmond is an 8.121. A fantastic score to beat. Up next, make some noise for TJ Tiffany. TJ Tiffany is from Orlando, Florida. He's an international stunt rider, and he has been a part of some of the highest grossing movies in America, such as Bad Boys for Life and Avengers Endgame. And you might even catch him on this season of Outer Banks. Today, he's bringing you his best trick on his Kawasaki KX450.
A lazy boy out of TJ Tiffany, but let me tell you, nothing lazy about it. Take a look at the replay and go ahead and get scoring right now. You guys can scan to score on the video board.
A great submission by TJ Tiffany here in the best trick competition. He's looking to knock out his friend and competitor Nick Desmond, who's currently got that score to beat of an 8.121. The score for TJ Tiffany is a 7.600. That is good enough for second place. Next up, make some noise for AJ Rosebrill. AJ Rosebrill is an Illinois native. He grew up in Grays Lake, Illinois. He's been riding for 25 years, and his talents has taken him across the nation, around the globe. He's competed in China. Today, he's bringing you his best trick on his KTM 450.
Go ahead and score now for AJ Rosebrill, the local out of Grays Lake, Illinois. Take a look at that replay. An incredible whip, but pulls it right back around. Go ahead and score now.
Lindsay, that's my personal favorite right there. A whip by AJ Rosebrill here in the competition. We're going to see if Chicagoland liked what they saw. That current score to beat right now is held by Nick Desmond. It's a score of an 8.121. The score for AJ Rosebrill is an 8.800. We have a new leader. But we still got one final rider to go. Make some noise for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford is from Asheville, North Carolina. He's competed in Nitro Circus and night jumps in Europe. He's been riding with Monster Jam for over 4 years, and today he's riding his Kawasaki 450.
A tsunami out of Josh Hedford. Kicks it a little bit further than a KOD. You see him completely rotate there. Go ahead and score now at Judgeszone.com by swiping all the way up on that BKT tire if that was the best you've seen.
Final rider to go in Asheville, from Asheville, North Carolina. Josh Hedford looks to take over the competition. We've got those scores locked in. Let's see who our winner will be. That score to beat is held by AJ Rosebrill. It's an 8.800. The score for Josh Hedford is Chicagoland. That means your winner of the best trick competition, Josh Hedford.
And we will get to talk with him in just a little bit. But first, there is more. Our riders will go ahead and hit the track one last time for something pretty spectacular. But guess what, you guys? They're going to need to make sure that you are loud. You have to be the loudest crowd we've had so far. So, let us hear you. Keep that energy up. Keep it up as they make their way around the arena. Our high-flying superstars are on the track, going back, to back, to back, to back. And at Monster Jam, we call that a Monster Jam train. In the replay, though, you'll notice they actually did it
One step further, they showed you a whip train here this evening. But do you guys want to see it again? If you want them to do it again, let me hear you say choo-choo! There you have it, Monster Jam fans, your freestyle motocross riders. That was a trick train where they each showed you a different trick off of the ramp. But I don't know. I think I want to see it one more time. If you want to see it one more time, let me hear you say, one more time. Well, guys, we've got to give the people what they want. Let's go ahead and show some love to Nick Desmond, TJ Tiffany, AJ Rosebrill, and Josh Hedford.
One more time for our freestyle motocross riders. And in just a moment, we're going to get to talk to our best trick winner. Multi-winner of this weekend here. And we'll go ahead and give you a chance to just catch your breath, get your helmet off. This crowd is without a doubt the loudest that they have been so far, especially for a Sunday night here. It had to feel like they were up there with you.
Oh, yeah. This is the fifth sold-out show of the weekend? Like, you guys are incredible. Oh, are you guys having a good time? Me too. That's awesome.
We can tell you're having a great time. And moments before that best trick competition, I got word that you guys were pushing yourselves one step further. Of course, like you said, this is the 5th event here in Chicagoland. You guys wanted to show something different. You said upright only for the best trick competition. So you had to pull something out that we haven't seen yet this weekend. What made you decide on that trick?
Well, it's kind of an old school trick called the KOD or the ruler or a tsunami when I'm like arched over and my feet are almost getting stuck in the front tire. And yeah, it's just like it's a pretty intense trick and the guys wanted me to do it. So, not a lot of guys do it anymore. And yeah, it's a fun one.
I went ahead, called it a tsunami, watched the replay back because it was pretty close. So Monster Jam fans definitely loved that. You know, almost a 9.5 for your score. But as you guys were talking beforehand, did you know what your other riders were going to be doing?
Really? I had no idea. Like, I kind of could guess, but I didn't know what TJ was going to do or Nick was going to do or AJ was going to do. And I was pretty impressed by what they did. But, yeah, when they said do the KOD, I was like, okay, I'll try it.
Well, congratulations on yet another best trick win, Josh. Monster Jam fans, get loud one more time for your best trick winner, Josh Hedford.
You better move those lights, Chicagoland! Ah! We reached the pinnacle of today's event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle. Let's get it. Let's hear it for Michaela Telechka in Megalodon. Scoring is open, 20 seconds on the clock right now. Let's lock in those scores.
Michaela Telechka in Megalodon kicks off our freestyle competition the exact way in Monster Jam style. She came out and tears up that track. I heard you guys on some of those hits. She had some major air. Somebody better tell this girl sharks don't fly, but we're at Monster Jam. This Megalodon absolutely does. And we've got your scores officially locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Michaela Telechka in Megalodon is... It's a 5.382 right now. That is the score to beat.
Let's hear it for Brandon Toluchka in Living on the Edge. 20 seconds on the clock. Scoring is open. Lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Chicagoland, Brandon Toluchka in Living on the Edge delivers a textbook freestyle that is really one to watch. I mean, we saw him get air, but check this out on the Super Glued to the Action replay. Pulling off a bicycle almost into a sidewall donut, but the amount of mastery and control that is necessary to pull off these moves. You sound like you were happy with what you saw, so let's go ahead and check the scores. The score for Brandon Toluchka in Living on the Edge is a 7.874. He takes the lead over his sister and has that top score to beat. Next to the track, make some noise for John Zimmer in Uproar.
Let's hear for John Zimmer Sr. Uproar. 20 seconds on the clock. Chicagoland, what did you think? Let us know. Judgeszone.com.
Veteran of the sport, John Zimmer, ending his freestyle in one of my favorite ways that personally, but you all the judges, you guys get to decide. Adding in a little two-wheel skills here to the freestyle, I think it's always a good move to take that top spot and a high score. But right now, John Zimmer looks to outscore the two drivers that have already gone here in freestyle. We've got your scores locked in. That current score to beat is held by Brandon Toluchka in Living on the Edge. It's a score of a 7.874. The score for John Zimmer in Uproar is a 7.358. So close, but right now good enough for second place. Three trucks so far have gone and competed in the freestyle competition here in the Allstate Arena. We just saw John Zimmer in Uproar land himself currently in that second place spot. He's got a score of a 7.358. But Brandon Toluchka in Living on the Edge still holds out that top spot with a score of a 7.874. Currently, Megalodon's Michaela Toluchka in third, but with the rest of the pack still to come in freestyle, every single driver who hits that track has that ability to completely shake up this leaderboard as it currently stands. Remember, the winner of freestyle will get the final 8 points awarded to their score, and each one of these drivers hopes to be in contention for taking home that overall event championship. Remember, the only real rule we've got here in Monster Jam Freestyle is that every driver must complete the first 15 seconds of their run. Take a look up at the video board now for the BKT overall event leaderboard, because it all comes down to these scores. Our next competitors ready to hit the track. Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. Chicagoland, I think she's headed for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
Well, let's hear it for Brianna Mahan, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Woo! Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. 20 seconds, lock in those scores.
Chicagoland, Brianna Mahan for the third time here this weekend. Nails that Morgan & Morgan backflip. During freestyle, she has proven she deserves that crown of Princess of Carnage. We can feel the love from our fans inside of the Allstate Arena, but we're going to see if those scores reflect it. That current score to beat right now is held by Brandon Telichka and Living on the Edge. He's got a score of a 7.874. The score for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit is a 9.291. We have a new leader.
Monster Jam fans, back here in the pits. I'm going to have you guys take a closer look down here. I've got some parts, and this is actually what is called a Heim, and so it's a flexible point on our Monster Jam trucks. Our Monster Jam trucks have about 50 of these on the tops of certain aspects, and so this one is actually off of a 4-link bar. This is actually off of Uproar from yesterday, and let me tell you guys this. This is the exact same part. So this part did come up off of Uproar, and you can see where these two pieces once connected and have completely separated. So what happened is actually he went up for a sky wheelie, and when it came down, it busted out right here. And so these two, like I said, were connected. This is the exact same part as this. You can see this flexible point right here is no longer a part of this, but this flexible part is actually very similar to an ankle joint. So when you're thinking about the fact that if you were to, maybe go out and you're going to shoot a basketball, you think about how your ankle actually switches around and moves. If you were to jump, if you want to jump right now in your stands and your seats, then you guys will actually feel your ankle move, and that's exactly what happens right here. So it's a very big flexible point. It's a flexible joint for our Monster Jam trucks. Very important. And like I said, most of our trucks have almost 50 of these small little pieces. So just a small piece goes such a long way.
Thanks so much, Lindsay, for the update. Take a look at the freestyle competition leaderboard as Brianna Mahan and Ringling Bailey Circuit takes over that top spot. She's got a score of a 9.291. Bumping down the rest of the competition, Living on the Edge in second, Uproar in third, and Megalodon in fourth. Ready to hit the track, make some noise for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger.
Let's hear for Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores now.
Weston Anderson out on the track, proving exactly why he is Dennis Anderson's son. A freestyle run filled with big air indeed. You see those highlights on the Super Glue glued to the action replay, and the energy in the Allstate Arena is electric for Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. We've got those scores locked in, and we're going to see if they reflect that. The current score to beat is held by Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. She's got a score of a 9.291. The score for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger is... It's a solid score, an 8.439. Right now, that's good enough for second place.
Monster Jam fans, it's time for us to have a little bit of fun here in the stands. We're going to play something called the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. You got to keep your eye on the middle trophy, okay? So we're going to put it up right here. Don't move your eyes off that middle trophy. Covered up by this helmet. Let's go. Okay, hold on. We're not yet. Okay, which one is it? One. I got everybody in this section saying one. All right, let's see if you're right. All right, let's unveil the first hat. It is not under 3, not under 2. You're right. It is number 1. Congrats for playing the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle, baby.
This is a perfect time to crown our St. Jude ambassador of the event. Thanks to some very generous fans here in the Allstate Arena, we now can crown Michaela Tulichka in Megalodon the St. Jude ambassador of the event. We want to thank each and every one of you who contributed to that St. Jude donation. Of course, it's fun to pick our driver and crown a St. Jude ambassador, but we want to thank you most of all for making those donations and having a difference in those families affected by childhood cancer. You now have helped them with the power of St. Jude.
Monster Jam fans, you know, you guys have more action to come, but back here right now, I'm holding a 4-link bar. You can see it's almost as tall as me. For reference, I am 5'5". Our technicians are in the back fixing it up, so they've got a broken 4-link bar back there. This one is completely perfect, so you can see that it is straight. And these are those heims that I was telling you guys about, so you can see those flexible points right here and how it moves. And so this is basically part of the suspension. The 4-link is our suspension on a Monster Jam truck. And so not only you can see these, but if you look back here, you can actually see the others as well. I'll place this one down a moment and show you. So here's one right here as well. So Crew Chief Malachi is pulling out the broken one after that screw backflip, and it's a pretty quick fix. It's going to take them about 3 minutes to get it all done, get it all broken down, but just thought that you guys would want to know a little bit about a 4-link suspension on a Monster Jam truck.
Take a look at that BKT overall event leaderboard as we jump back into the action. 3 trucks left to go here in freestyle, but Terminal Velocity John Zimmer Jr. before this competition secures his first place spot. But you see it, Weston Anderson riding off the track right now does look to take that second place to first, but he's 2 points behind Terminal Velocity heading into freestyle. Ringling Bailey Circuit, Brianna Mahan found herself in 3rd place. El Toro Loco living on the edge, tied for 4th. Uproar in 6th. Lucas Stabilizer in 7th. And Megalodon in 8th. Now remember, the winner of freestyle will get those 8 points, but 2nd place gets 7 points. And we accumulate those points, adding them on as that list trails on. So maybe you may not win freestyle, but you still got a chance at that overall event championship. We could see anything unfold here today because you all are the official judges. Chicagoland, who's ready for more Monster Jam freestyle? Let's see those Toro horns in the air for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
Let's hear it for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. 20 seconds.
Armando Castro in El Toro Loco absolutely hits this track on a mission. He knows he's got to deliver a great freestyle run if he wants to make top of the freestyle leaderboard. But I do have to say we see him take advantage of all of the obstacles out on that track. We got to see some really cool two-wheel skills, maneuvers, and of course, it's always a great move, in my opinion, to end it with a little bit of donuts. But let's see what you all thought. Your scores are locked in. The score for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco is... it's a 7.496 right now. That's good enough for 4th place. Next up, her truck has been fixed. Her team worked tirelessly to get it back out on the track for this moment. Make some noise for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
Let's hear it for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. Scoring is open. Chicagoland, let's head to judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores.
Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer gets to taste that sweet taste of redemption. She comes out for freestyle and delivers the way I know she has been wanting to since she left the track. You see her end that freestyle run up on 2 BKT tires, some major flair, some major style. But we've got your scores officially locked. That current score to beat, Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. It's a score of a 9.291. The score for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer is a 6.994. That's good enough for 6th place. The final truck to go. He's headed down to the track. Your JCB Racing winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
Let's hear for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores, Chicagoland.
John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, last to go in the freestyle competition, but pressure has no effect on this young man. He comes out here, you see him absolutely deliver. Check it out now, super glued to the action replay. He maintains control of that truck. We see him end with some two-wheel flare. Chicagoland, you seem happy. Let's see if the scores reflect it. The score to beat is held right now by Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. She's got a score of a 9.291. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is a solid score, an 8.026. That means your winner of the freestyle competition for the third time here this weekend, Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. She's added 8 points to her overall score, but was it enough? Your overall event champion here today earned 8 points in the JCB Racing competition, 6 points in both the two-wheel skills challenge and in the freestyle competition, with a total of 20 overall event points. Your BKT overall event champion is John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity brings home overall event win number 39 this year. He's proven that his consistency, skill, and expertise can bring him to the top once again. The final event here in Rosemont, and it's John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity who gets to walk away holding that trophy for the final time. His consistency was enough. Chicagoland, give it up for your overall event champion, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
John, congratulations. Here you are, another trophy going home with you for an overall event championship. And it came with a lot of work behind the scenes. You'd never know it when you're out here on the dirt. You just look one with the truck. But how important is this moment when you know how much goes on back there in the pits?
Absolutely amazing moment right now. We had a lot of work cut out for us after two-wheel skills breaking a bunch of parts, but that's Monster Jam, man. We push our trucks to a limit, and sometimes they don't want to play anymore. We got this thing 100% ready to go for freestyle. My crew in the back, Dad, Nick right here, we just picked him up, and he's been kicking butt behind the scenes on the wrenches. Without this guy right here and everybody on my team, I would not be able to push my truck like I do. So this wins for my team right here, but more importantly, you fans.
Monster Jam fans, give it up one more time for your overall event champion, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. But wait, stick around because we cannot go anywhere without hearing from the one and only Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. These fans are louder for you than they were Johnny. And you know, a three-peat for you here in freestyle. I mean, you come out here and you just make it look easy. A corkscrew backflip off of that backflip ramp. And, you know, we always are, something that people are always asking you is, what does it mean to be on this platform for women? How does this really feel full circle for you to be able to represent women and also get this three-peat?
Yeah, you know, it's so awesome to be able to come out here with this brand new truck, debut it to you guys here in Rosemont, the closest thing that I'm going to get to a hometown event, and to come out here, land 3 Morgan & Morgan backflips, and come out with those freestyle wins, it means more than anything. I am so blessed to be up here on this pod for all you women in the stands, showing y'all that girls can do it too, and so can moms.
One more time for your freestyle winner, Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Big congratulations to all of our winners and, of course, our overall event champion, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. We want to thank all of you, whether you tuned in on our live stream or joined us right here in the Allstate Arena, for coming out and being a part of our Monster Jam event. It's such a special time for all of us to be right here in the Allstate Arena as Chicagoland fans fill this arena time and time again. We couldn't do it without you Monster Jam fans, so make sure you go to monsterjam.com to stay in touch with all the updates and news. And of course, on your way out of the Allstate Arena, stop at our Monster Jam merchandise stands, check out the latest Spin Master diecast trucks, and be sure to take a piece of Monster Jam home with you. On behalf of my entire team, Lindsay Noble, Jabari Thomas, my name is Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.